Hi guys, it's Jessica here. I wanted to make an update video about doll stuff, and hopefully my phone is going to cooperate because I've been deleting a bunch of old photos off of it, and I'm hoping that that's going to um, make it so that I can make really long videos easier. Easier. I know I already make long videos, so fingers crossed for that. I wanted to show the Lily Cat girls that I got in. Gosh, was that last week? Yeah, last week. And I haven't got to spend very much time working on doll stuff or working on anything much, but I did have a few things to show that way. So this is the Lily Cat. So far, nobody has any names or characters attributed to them, but I am just enjoying how beautiful they are. And I think usually what helps me is I start making things for them, and then I start getting more inspiration and idea about who they are and what I want to do with them for dolls like this that came in without a plan. But so she is wearing some really pretty Enzo eyes that I had, and I love Enzo urethane eyes. They are, she makes small iris eyes, and so these are the ones that I like the most for most of my MSD Lily Cat girls. They are they're 8mm eyes with a 3mm iris, and they seem to work the best, or my preference for my Lily Cat girls. So I'm really liking that. And I put this short black wig on her, which she seems to have claimed and is sticking with her. I tried on a bunch of different wigs and clothes and eyes, trying to see what I wanted, and this was the skirt I made. It's a very, very simple skirt. Not the best. It's very, the fabric is very stretchy, and it is also very, it's like squirmy and wiggly. So even with using, I used tracing paper because that's what I had, and it did help, but this, I don't usually have this problem, but when I tore away the tissue paper, it actually like screwed up the seam. It, like, you can see it looks very nice on this side, as far as, but it really pulled it out here. And I think I probably maybe should have done a zigzag stitch, or maybe used a double needle. So it definitely has some issues, but she got an outfit and I'm happy about that. I also found these shoes, which are one of my favorite pair of shoes. I'd like to get another pair, or if I could get other colors, it'd be super awesome, because they fit Lily Cat girls and they also fit minifee girls. So they fit really good. I got them from a seller on Etsy a long time ago. And I think I checked back and they weren't available anymore, but I keep looking and seeing because I'd like to get some. I'm also really happy with the posability of these girls with the addition of the silicone disc, and she has them in her shoulder joint here. This is less useful because it tends to just keep the ball solid, and then all the motion is here, like the ball doesn't move. So that probably is less useful. I might move those, but I don't know. I can't remember if she's the one that has one on her neck. I think they both have them on their head, and I actually like that a lot too, because one of the problems I have is Lily Cats, their heads tend to snap around. So I like that. I'm able to get better stable poses. It works really good she has them in her hip joints, and I kind of would like to experiment with putting them in the knee. I don't know if that would work. The knees in Lily Cats are very, very problematic, and that's just kind of been one of the ways that's helped me to deal with that, has been do some wiring on my other girls. But I'm really happy how well I think the silicone disc in the hips are really helping with being able to stand these girls, because to just go and stick a lily cat and have her stand like this, I don't have that. I've never had that, even with wiring and hot suede gluing. I've never had them do this. So I'm pretty happy with that. Really enjoying that. So it makes me want to get a lot of those discs and try them out in not only my lily cat girls, but maybe some other girls who have some problematic posing. So, but I'm really liking Lilas with, let me grab him, come here. So this is my Seed Dolls Peabody head on a Doll Chateau Kid Body, the one with the extra joints, and I can never remember what it's called. It's a boy kid body with the extra joints, and which I still need to work on doing some blushing because of the head, the difference with the head. But these, it's a really nice like height difference, and I think they look really cute together. Like I think the faces have a lot of the same aesthetic, and so I'm really, these two have been hanging out together. His name for the time being has been, I've been calling him Edward, and I don't know if that's going to stick or not. It seems to be what I keep calling him, so for now, that's his name. And that's okay. Things can develop as they want to, but I really like this guy a lot, and I'm really interested to see the wall sculpt, the Seed Dolls wall sculpt. So his button came apart. I think I need to hammer in a new snap because it won't stay in anymore. I'm still learning how to use those. I need better hammering equipment. But isn't he cute? I just love him. Just love him. The Ninon. So she's wearing her full set that she came with. Her dress and stockings and outfit are made by that Polish gal. I love her work, but I'm gonna say her name wrong. It starts with a V. But she's wearing the full set. I did change her eyes out, and I did change and gave her some Enzo eyes. And again, they're 8mm with 3mm irises, and so I'm liking that on her. And these heels, I just love these, and it's a little more tricky because these heels are pretty high, and she doesn't have heeled feet. So, lily cats don't come with heeled feet, but might take a little bit of balancing. I can get her to stand, and I think the Kips or the silicone discs are helping with that. But if you can see her, isn't she cute? Look at her legs. I love lily cat legs. I love lily cat legs, and I think they look so pretty in these heels. And I'd like to get some more of these. If anybody knows where these heels came from, they're great. I think they would probably fit, because I don't have a girl minifee now, but their feet were really, really similar to the lily cat girls. They were nearly identical. So what one could wear shoe-wise, the other could wear too. So, so she's wearing this for now, and I'm happy to enjoy her wearing this outfit for right now. Oh, I did want to show, look at this. So, Grievous Girl, she has a Instagram and a YouTube channel under the same name, and she sent me this drawing. She'd sent me that head. I got, what is it? I think it's an Elsie head. and she'd forgot to put in the certificate, so she said, well, I'll mail that to you later, and I wasn't worried about it, but the package came in the mail. It was like this big envelope that said do not bend, and I'm like, well, what is this? This can't just be the certificate. And this was inside, and this is a picture of Yehern, and I think that she did a wonderful job. I can definitely tell that she went off of references from his old design, and I absolutely love it. I love the goatee and the little cheek ruffs. I love that, and I like the markings. The other thing I really like is this darker upper lip, and that was something that I think that maybe I will add to my Yehern doll form, is if I decide to work on that again. Respect the horns, yo. I just got it to the eyeball. It's dangerous. So let's see. Let's move your head that way. Does that protect me a little better? No. All right. Well, we'll just keep a healthy distance from her. Look, she's being feisty today. Freaking. I need to see that movie, the one that Denali Wind had put on her Instagram. It'd be a good Halloween movie. I totally forget the name, but I know that Shelby got it too. And I'm having a day like that. Like, I think my dolls are unhappy with me and like poking me in the eye and pinching me and things like that. But I got Hurla because I have some Hurla things to talk about a little bit, I guess. And I haven't been super productive artistically or I don't know, I shouldn't say that. Like, even if I'm not like producing things, I'm always thinking about things. But I have been doing doodles in my my doll journal, which is I think somebody asked, I can't remember if it was on Instagram or if it was on YouTube, they asked what's a doll journal, and it's like, it's just, all this is me writing about my dolls. So what a doll journal is to different people can be different things, but for me it's putting photos and drawing pictures and putting doll projects and stories, and it's just where I call it my doll journal because that's the main theme of it, I guess. But I've been doing I've never been able to draw Hurla. This was one that I did earlier this week. This was my attempt at drawing. It was a photo I took of a drawing that I did in a different sketchbook, so I put it here. This was Yehern, his doll form, which is different from the way that I was always drawn, the way Miss Mantis created him. So, and that's something that I'm okay with, that the dolls are different and have their own kind of idea on a character. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't expect my dolls to be exact replicas of past characters. And in Hurla's case, part of the reason I have such a hard time drawing her with a human face is because she was a deer. And I've just never been good at consistently drawing her in a consistent way. So this was one that I had done kind of a more, I guess I would call this more of like a Disney-ish style with the big eyes, but the thing that she's been getting a lot of is the elf ears, which I think is suiting to her because she is a fairy, even though, I mean, she has a human form, I guess, but she has elf ears. Let's see, what's another picture? Here we go. This was one that I had done this week too, and a little bit different style, a lot of different style with the eye, like a little more definition in the nose, because I don't think that she has a tiny nose. I've always kind of like even a Middle Eastern nose would be possible for her. And she always has black hair. Like, any time I've drawn her as a human, she's always had black hair. It's funny because her doll form has brown. And it partly, maybe that has to do with her face up, but I like her in in dark brown, like pretty dark, like almost black, but dark brown colors. I have a long wig and this short wig, which are my favorites for her, and I kind of alternate between the two. But in any pictures I've ever drawn of her, she has black hair. So it's kind of funny. And this was one of those things that was kind of bothering me, or that I felt I had to change, was that I had to draw my characters as they were as dolls. And then I was like with Gihern, who isn't my character, but drawing him, that I now have to draw him as his doll form. And I was like, well, who's making up these rules? Where is this rule coming from? So I will draw how I want. Little things like this are very freeing, but that was kind of a realization that came this week, was like, you know what, I can do it however I want. It's okay. But what I meant to get to the point of part of this was that I do want doll Hurla to have elf ears. And I guess I could always try to mod them, but what I had originally wanted for Hurla, like my original concept, was that she was a twigling ingenue, but she was the elf ingenue, which I think is Anjanese. It was the collaboration that Twigling did with Marrow Dolls. I think it's Marrow Dolls. Yeah. And that's Hurla. That is the sculpt. So I'm looking for one of those. I would prefer oriental or normal skin or even white skin, but I would make anything work. If there is one that somebody is looking to sell or trade or something like that, please get a hold of me, because I would love to. I would love that for Hurla, and it's the head I'm looking for. If for some reason you need to sell the entire doll, that would be a little more difficult, but maybe we can work something out. But whatever the situation is, don't assume that I will say no. Just at least contact me and ask me. That's what I would say with any sorts of like doll trades and stuff. Like with Harry, with my Lily Cat dolls, he'd assumed that I wouldn't want a blue Ninon. So don't assume. If you think that I might be interested, contact me. Okay. So that's the point of that. So I'm looking for that sculpt for Hurla, and it'd be one of those things that once I have the sculpt in my hands, there's always the possibility that I might decide, well, that's not what I want, but I think that it would be perfect, and I think I would like to have her in that. And I'm loving her, and if this is how she has to stay, then that's okay too. And I may attempt a mod with her ears, but is that why you poked me in the eye, darling? Because maybe it was because I was talking about sanding off Gahern's man parts. I don't know. She's upset. Let's see, what else? I do want to do a video on Woden. It's tricky though. It's not, I mean, I know the story and I know the things that happen. And I want to share that in a way, but I don't want to give away like the whole story. I don't know. So it's difficult. I've been thinking about how I would present that. So I might try to do that video. My Olaf, my Merry Doll Round. Olaf is supposed to be coming in today. The tracking says that she is going to be delivered today. I don't have anything ready for her. I do have a wig ordered and some eyes ordered, but nothing has arrived here for her. But that's okay. So I hope that I'll be able to do a box opening on that. And if the mail has been coming super late, so if I can squeeze in a video about Woden, then I'll do that too. Let's see. I was with some doodles that could, oh, here, this is something I wanted to share. So let me grab Kihern again. So I don't know, that's the thing about putting his his antlers on him. He can't poke me in the eye. He still has his fingers, I guess. He can do that. But I had been doodling, and this was, so, and his original character concept was that he had this kabuki style mask that he would wear, and partly kind of like a war mask, or something that was worn you know, during times of battle, or things like that. So anyways, this was part of his original design, where he would wear this mask. And so I based this illustration off of kind of the design that Miss Mantis had made for this kabuki mask. I did add these little fangs, and I added some eye holes, because the original mask doesn't have eye holes. It just has like fake eyes, basically. And that's something I don't know if I would. So I want to make the mask, essentially. That's the idea behind this, is I want to make the mask, and I may make it with open eyes so you can see his eyes, or that might be too difficult to get it centered properly and look right. So I may do the painted over kabuki mask with the kind of fake eyes, and which is how a lot of kabuki masks are actually made too. So, but it really doesn't have anything to do in a lot of ways with the culture of the kabuki mask, or the Japanese culture of it. So I will say that straight up. I will say that straight from the beginning. Gosh, I have so many points that I keep forgetting what the point is. That I want to make this mask and I would attach the antlers to the mask. And in that way, because the antlers, let me grab them. Okay, so I got the antlers so I could demonstrate again. Watch out so I don't get stabbed, because that seems to be the theme today. So anyways, these antlers, they do have magnets, but it doesn't really help me in this scenario. They're meant to go basically on his forehead. That is his original character design as well, and that's the way they design these antlers, which is pretty cool. I think that's really awesome. But they project from his forehead, temple, not quite the temple, more right here, kind of Hellboy style is how if people are familiar with that. So the idea is to make this mask, and so I want to sculpt this mask. Oops. Magnets attaching to things. Sculpt this mask and attach the antlers, and I could possibly either do that with magnets embedded in the mask, or just like glue the antlers onto it. The mask would either, I'll play around with some different design ideas, but either be like a strap. It would need to be a very secure, thick strap. So I am considering making it more like a helmet. That way I could pad it really well too, to help make sure that that things don't get scratched up. After all of this, this laborious blushing, like this was a lot of work. I don't want to mess that up. Because that kind of had been my idea, is that maybe I would just glue the antlers to him. But one, I want those things to be removable for just moving dolls around, and dressing them, and not having to worry about that. I want them to be removable, and snuggling. I like to snuggle my dolls. I tried to snuggle her, she stabbed me in the eye. I'm not going to let her forget it today. I'm going to bring it up every chance I can. So that's kind of my idea, and that's just kind of where I am right now, is I'm in this concept-y headspace, and I'm thinking about things, and drawing some little doodles and things like that. I've just been working a lot and/or kind of tired and sick, so not a lot of actual doing is going on right now, and that's just kind of the way it is. That's the way life goes, and that's okay. I try to be okay with that. I like to be doing, but sometimes life doesn't allow that. Anyways, let's see, anything else that I wanted to show? The kabuki mask, and I've been drawing a lot in my art journal. Oh, here was a picture, and was kind of like Gehern in his stag form, and there's a Herlelein right here. So I have been like kind of writing little stories in my journal. They're nothing, I guess they're not anything that could be shared. They are very, how should I put this, cruddy writing. So like switching points of view in the same paragraph, you know, doing the kinds of things that is just really bad writing. And I know that I'm doing those things and I just don't really care. I'm just getting thoughts out. So I guess at the very most that these could be possibly considered outlines if I wanted to really make effort into writing that could be shared publicly. This is not that. I'd be embarrassed for anybody to read that because it's atrocious writing. I'm just enjoying the process, and it's just kind of freeing to have this journal that I can draw cruddy pictures in. I don't have to show anybody the cruddy pictures. I can write cruddy. It doesn't matter if I'm writing cruddy with cruddy grammar and misspelling because no one's going to read it. It's just me. So it's okay. It's really nice. It's really nice. I used to do a lot more journaling when I was younger. When I was in high school in my early 20s, I did a lot of, like, I had journals that I actually wrote in. And like, I feel like having moved away from computer stuff and digital stuff and going back into analog life and rediscovering these things, it's been nice. But okay, I think I'm out of things to blab about. I will see about getting a video up on Woden. I do want to do that because I do want to share his story, or at least part of it. So we'll see. Okay, thanks for watching. Olaf coming in. She's my caribou woman. I'm so excited. And tomorrow, Venitu. And I hope I don't miss him. I'll be at work. Hopefully I get out on time and get home and get my doll. But anyways, hope you guys are having a great week and it's treating you good. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Whoa.